Atlanta is a TV show that it's going into its third season. I believe the third season will be airing. I think it's in March of 2019, or though I don't think they haven't really declared yet. But I figured I would give you guys kind of like insight on me because a lot of people didn't know that I have watched the show. I binge watched it really quickly because it's only two seasons in. But I figured I'd give you guys my thoughts on the first two seasons so far. The premise, for those of you who don't know, it's about a rapper and his fellow friend who wants to also be a rapper, and that character is played by Danny Glover. Danny Glover's the star of the show. He really is. I remember when Solo, that unfortunate movie that came out, I remember when that came out, people were talking about Danny Glover and whatnot, and the show Atlanta, and I heard things about it, but I was like, And finally, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot because it's a short show, so why not? So I watched the show, and the first two seasons they're really good. It's very fast paced with how they go about things. It's very insightful, very diverse also, and I liked the style of this show. I mean, this is a show that genuinely wants it to be accessible to viewers, and at the same time give some room to actually be artsy. And I like that. I like it when a show is able to do that, especially a show that each episode is like 25 to 30 minutes, with some exceptions, of course. But it's such a great show. I mean, the standout episode has to be Teddy Perkins, which is season 2. I believe it's episode 6. That is such a great episode. As my one friend said, it's like a reverse Get Out. It's really good. I mean, you also have to understand that this is a show that it is willing to be both accessible, artsy, and also groundbreaking with its approach. I do hope that the third season continues the pattern of just being brilliant in its own self. But at the same time, I have to say, I do think there are a couple flaws here and there because as great as this show is in terms of filmmaking and also just overall importance, I do think that overall this is a show that kind of almost feels in some episodes a bit inconsequential, where it's like there are just certain episodes where you're like, it almost feels like filler. And don't get me wrong, every show has that pretty much. I mean, there are some exceptions, but I'm a critic, so I gotta pinpoint certain negatives. And also, I think that it's kind of early to judge because there are some shows where the first couple seasons, like if you look back once it ends, you're kind of like, oh wow, it's even better when everything connects the dots. But certain things just kind of also are just kind of like, eh. And again, I don't want to spoil anything because, if you haven't seen the first and second season, go check it out. I believe the first season's on Hulu, and the second season, it's on FX, so I'm sure you can find it there. But, like I said, Atlanta, it's well worth watching, and I'll be giving it, honestly, a 4 to 5 star rating. It's a good show. I think it's good, and it shall be getting Louisiana Pure Crystal Hot Sauce. Yep. It's good, guys. But, guys, Atlanta, do you watch it? Are you planning to watch it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section now. Well, I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the first two seasons because I feel as though this is a show that a lot of people talk about, but for some reason, only a couple people I knew had seen the show. So, cheers. But, guys, subscription, notification bell, and